Student, welcome back to our channel NEET Mantra. I am Prince Sharma, your biology faculty and mentor. So with this video we start day 17 of our 50-day quick revision series. If you missed our previous videos, link is in the description, and for more videos like this please do subscribe to our channel. So in this video we are going to have a quick revision of chapter Principle of Inheritance and Variation, strictly according to NCERT. So let's start. Principle of inheritance and variation is commonly known as genetics. So what is genetics? Genetics is the study of principle and mechanism of heredity and variation. Gregor Johann Mendel is known as father of genetics. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed from one parent to progeny, and it forms the basis of heredity. Next we explain the term variation. Variation is degree by which progeny differ from their parents. Variation may be in terms of morphology, physiology, cytology. Behavioristic variation can be there in the individual of same species. Next we look at the reasons of variation. Variation can occur due to reshuffling of gene, chromosome, crossing over, mutation and effect of environment. So for his experiment, Mendel took 7 contrasting characters of garden pea or Pisum stivum for his hybridization experiment. So what are the characters? First one is plant height, in which dominant trait is tall, and second one is recessive, which is dwarf. Second character is flower or pod shaped, in which dominant trait is axillary and recessive trait is terminal. Third one is fruit or pod color, in which dominant trait is green and recessive is yellow. Next we look at seed shape, in which dominant is round and recessive is wrinkled. Next, seed color, in which dominant is yellow and recessive is green. Next we have flower color, in which dominant is violet and recessive is white. Next we have pod shape, in which dominant is inflated and recessive is constricted. So we have 3 characters of pod. You must remember this. We have 3 characters of pod here. So the first experiment done by Mendel was inheritance of one gene, in which we study the inheritance of a single gene, and it is commonly known as monohybrid cross. In this he took pure line parents in which there is both the alleles are similar, and this condition is known as homozygous. When the cross is done, we get a F1 generation, and we get a phenotype which is tall, but as we all know today, there is heterozygosity because both the alleles are different. When we do the selfing, we get a F2 generation, and in this we get a phenotypic ratio of 3:1 and genotypic ratio of 1:1, in which 1 is pure tall, 2 are hybrid tall, and 1 is pure dwarf. Mendel called these unit factor that passes from one generation to next. Nowadays this is known as genes, and which are unit of inheritance. Gene that code for a pair of contrasting trait are known as alleles. So capital T and small t are 2 different form of a single gene, or you can say 2 different allele of a single gene, which is plant height. Mendel also proposed that in true breeding, tall and dwarf varieties, allelic pair of gene for height homozygous. So if this statement means if you have both the alleles similar, then this condition is known as homozygous. Next we look at the principle or law of inheritance, which are concluded from this monohybrid cross. First one is law of dominance. Characters are controlled by discrete unit called factors. Factors always occur in pair. In a dissimilar pair of factors, or you can say heterozygous condition, one member of pair dominate the other. So capital T will dominate the small t, as we see in our cross. Next we have law of segregation. Alleles do not blend. Both the character are received during gamete formation, as in F2 generation. तो जैसे कि हमने देखा कि F1 जनरेशन में हमें सारे प्लांट टॉल मिलते हैं, पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि एलील क्या है ब्लेंड हो गए हैं, मिक्स हो गए हैं. F2 जनरेशन में वो क्या है, हम उनको दोबारा से देखने को मिलते हैं, हमें ड्वार्फ प्लांट्स भी देखने को मिलते हैं. तो इससे हमें पता चलता है कि जो एलील्स हैं वो ब्लेंड नहीं हो रहे हैं. नेक्स्ट वी लुक एट द एक्सेप्शन ऑफ लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस. एज यू कैन से इट इज़ अ पोस्ट मेंडेलियन डिस्कवरी. मेंडल के एक्सपेरिमेंट्स के बाद की ये डिस्कवरी है. Incomplete dominance is the phenomena of neither of 2 alleles being dominant, so that expression in the hybrid is a fine mixture or intermediate between the expression of 2 alleles. तो यहाँ पे ये कह रहे हैं कि हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन में जो दो अलील हैं वो दोनों में से कोई भी एक के ऊपर डोमिनेंट नहीं है, तो जो हमें फिनोटाइप देखने को मिलता है वो क्या है, एक मिडिल वर्जन होता है या फिर एक मिक्सचर होता है दोनों ही एलील्स के फिनोटाइप का। इसमें एक एग्जांपल है, इन स्नैपड्रैगन और मिरावेलिस जलापा देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ प्योर ब्रीडिंग प्लांट, वन इज रेड फ्लावर एंड अदर इज वाइट फ्लावर। तो डोमिनेंट है रेड फ्लावर एंड रिसेसिव है वाइट फ्लावर। ऑन क्रॉसिंग द टू, जब हमने इन दोनों को क्रॉस किया मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस में अपने, तो F1 जनरेशन में वी गेट पिंक फ्लावर। सो पिंक इज नॉट अ डोमिनेंट और नॉट अ रिसेसिव, so it is a in between color. And when we do the selfing in F2 generation, we get a ratio of 1 red, 2 pink, 1 white. So means the genotypic and phenotypic ratio are similar. That means the pink flower is due to the incomplete dominance. So in some cases the dominance recessive relation is not followed and we get an intermediate character. This can be due to the lack of formation of enough protein or enzyme due to the dominant allele. Capital TT or heterozygous condition or homozygous dwarf condition are known as genotype, and tall and dwarf are called phenotype. The hybrid which contain alleles which express contrasting trait are called as heterozygous condition. As I told you earlier, this is heterozygous condition. Ratio is 3:1 in phenotype, and in genotype there is 1:1. Next we look at one more important concept for your NEET preparation, that is test cross. Test cross is the cross between an individual with dominant trait, or you can say dominant phenotype, and a recessive organism, in order to know whether the dominant trait is homozygous or heterozygous. तो टेस्ट क्रॉस हम लोग इसलिए करते हैं कि एक प्लांट है जो फिनोटाइप आपको दिख रहा है कि ये टॉल प्लांट है, पर हम क्या चाहते हैं कि हम पता करना चाहते हैं कि ये होमोजाइगस टॉल है या फिर ये हेट्रोजाइगस टॉल है, तो इसलिए हम क्या है टेस्ट क्रॉस करते हैं. सो लुक एट अ टेस्ट क्रॉस इन अ कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ कैरेक्टर फ्लावर कलर. So dominant flower color is violet and recessive flower color is white. So at the moment we don't know whether the plant given to us is a homozygous dominant or a heterozygous dominant. So to find whether it is a homozygous dominant or a heterozygous dominant, we cross it with a recessive parent. So when you cross a homozygous dominant plant with recessive parent, in all the progeny you will get the dominant character, that is here violet color. But when you cross a heterozygous dominant parent plant with a recessive parent plant, you will get half the flowers are violet and half are white. So if you get all the flowers are violet or all the plants are showing dominant character even after the test grows, then the unknown flower plant or unknown plant is homozygous dominant. But if you get a 1:1 ratio after the cross with a recessive parent, then the flower or the plant you want to know about is a heterozygous dominant. Next we look at a dihybrid cross, in which we studied the inheritance of two characters. So two characters are here, round, wrinkled and yellow and green. So for round we are taking capital R, and for yellow we are taking capital Y. For wrinkled we are taking small r, and for green we are taking small y. So formation of gamete is there, and after that we will get F1 progeny. In F1 progeny dominant trait is shown as we see in monohybrid cross, because capital R is dominant or small r and capital Y is dominant on small y. Next we do the selfing and we get a F2 generation. In F2 generation we have total 16 progeny according to this cross, and as you can see the parental characters were round and yellow and wrinkled and green. So we get 9 round and yellow and 1 wrinkled and green, and we see here two new characters, which are two new combinations, which are round and green and wrinkled and yellow. We get a ratio 3:4 round and green and 3:4 wrinkled and yellow. So the ratio of Dihybrid cross phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1, in which 9 are round and yellow, 3 are round and green, 3 are wrinkled and yellow, and 1 is wrinkled and green. So from dihybrid cross we conclude a law which is known as law of independent assortment. When two pair of traits are combined in a hybrid, segregation of one pair of character is independent of other pair of character. You can correct it here, you can write other pair of character. So round and wrinkled are a different pair, and yellow and green are different pair. They segregate differently. In a dihybrid cross, two new combination, here you put other than round and yellow and wrinkled and green. As I shown you in the cross, there are two different characters are formed, like you see round green and wrinkled yellow. So this is due to the independent assortment of four traits: round, wrinkled, yellow, green. Next we look at the chromosomal theory of inheritance. This is a comparison between behavior of chromosome and gene. Chromosome as well as gene both occur in pair. This is a comparison. The two alleles of gene pair are located on homologous site on homologous chromosome. The scientists who gave this theory was Sutton and Vobry. They argued that the pairing and separation of a pair of chromosomes would lead to segregation of a pair of factors they carried out. Sutton united the knowledge of chromosome segregation and Mendelian principle and called it chromosomal theory of inheritance. So genes also occur in pair, chromosome also occur in pair. Genes segregate at the time of gamete formation such that only one of each pair is transmitted to a gamete. And as we look in chromosome, they also segregate at gamete formation and only one of each pair is transmitted to a gamete. The third point, comparison between gene and chromosome, is that independent pair segregate independent of each other, and in a chromosome also one pair segregate independent entirely of another pair. So the point here is that chromosome and genes show the same behavior, and in later experimental verification was given by T.H. Morgan and its colleagues that genes are present on chromosome. Next we look at a phenomena, codominance. It is the phenomena of two alleles lacking dominant recessive relationship. यहाँ पे भी जो दो allele हैं वो dominant recessive relationship क्या है, लैक करते हैं. पर ये कैसे अलग है इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस से? नाउ वी लुक एट अ एग्जांपल ऑफ ABO blood grouping in human being, and it is controlled by gene I. The gene I has three alleles, IA, IB and small I, which is a recessive one. When IA and IB are present together, they will produce their own form of sugar, which are seen on the surface of RBC, and small I allele does not produce any sugar. IA produce a different form of sugar and IB produce a different form of sugar. So when IA and IB are present together, they express their own type of sugar. This is because of dominance, because neither of them is recessive. IA is also dominant and IB is also dominant. So red blood cell have both A and B type of sugar. From this we infer a new phenomena, that is multiple allelism. मल्टीपल एलील मीन्स कि एक ही जीन के दो से ज़्यादा एलील प्रेजेंट है. सो इफ़ यू वांट टू स्टडी मल्टीपल एलील, यू शुड स्टडी इट इन अ पॉपुलेशन, बिकॉज इन अ डिप्लॉयड ऑर्गेनिज्म देयर विल बी ओनली टू एलील्स प्रेजेंट. So if you want to study about multiple allele, you have to study in a entire population that how many alleles of single gene are present in a population. Next we look at a concept given by T.H. Morgan and its colleague is linkage. When two genes in a dihybrid cross was situated on a same chromosome, जब एक dihybrid chromosome में दो जीन सेम क्रोमोसोम पे होंगे, their proportion of parental gene combination was much higher than non-parental type. तो जो प्रोजेनी आएगी उसमें पेरेंटल कॉम्बिनेशन ज़्यादा मिलेगा एज कम्पेयर टू नॉन पेरेंटल टाइप. Morgan attributed that this is due to physical association or the linkage of two genes and coined the linkage to describe the physical association of gene on the same chromosome. तो जो जीन एक ही क्रोमोसोम में प्रेजेंट होते हैं उनमें फिजिकल एसोसिएशन होता है और उन्हीं को क्या है लिंकेज बोला जाता है, और इसी वजह से प्रोजेनी में पेरेंटल कॉम्बिनेशन आपको ज़्यादा देखने को मिलेगा एज कम्पेयर टू नॉन पेरेंटल वन. The generation of non-parental gene combination during dihybrid cross is called recombination. और जो नॉन पेरेंटल जीन का कॉम्बिनेशन मिलता है हमें प्रोजेनी में वो मिलता है रिकॉम्बिनेशन के कारण. When gene are located on same chromosome they are tightly linked and show very low recombination. तो जो जीन बिल्कुल पास होते हैं एक ही क्रोमोसोम पे उनमें बहुत ज़्यादा टाइटली लिंकेज आपको देखने को मिलता है और बहुत कम रिकॉम्बिनेशन आपको देखने को मिलेगा. Here we take a diagram from NCERT. यहाँ पे एक क्रॉस है, क्रॉस A and क्रॉस B. As you can see in cross A, Y and W are tightly linked. They are very close on a similar chromosome. And W and M are also present on same chromosome, but the distance is more between them. They are not that much tightly linked. So when we do cross, we get a F1 generation, and in F2 generation, as you can see, parental combination is 98.7%. and recombinant type is 1%. This is due to that Y and W gene are tightly linked in parents. They are tightly linked and they show very less recombination. But in cross we see a parental type of 62.8% and recombinant type 37.2%. This is due to the less linkage present between W and M because they are far on same chromosome. But still you can see the parental type is more. But the जितना ज़्यादा जीन एक दूसरे से दूर होगा उतना ज़्यादा आपको रिकॉम्बिनेशन देखने को मिलेगा. और जब हमने इसका F2 जनरेशन यहाँ पे देखने की कोशिश की तो TH मॉर्गन साहब को 9:3:3:1 का रेशो नहीं मिला जो कि मेंडल को मिला था. तो लिंकेज अपने आप में क्या है, एक एक्सेप्शन की तरह है मेंडल जी के डायहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के कॉन्सेप्ट की तरह. और ये इसलिए है क्योंकि जो जीन बिल्कुल पास होते हैं सेम क्रोमोसोम में वो पेरेंटल टाइप ज़्यादा देखने को मिलता है हमें प्रोजेनी में कंपेयर टू रिकॉम्बिनेशन, क्योंकि वहाँ पे रिकॉम्बिनेशन नहीं होता है क्योंकि वहाँ पे टाइटली लिंकेज प्रेजेंट होता है उनके बीच में. नेक्स्ट वी लुक एट द टॉपिक ऑफ सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन. Establishment of sex through different development in an individual at an early stage. So there are various methods of sex determination. First we look at allosomic determination of sex. Sex determination in this is sex chromosome are responsible for sex determination in this method. So first we look at XX, in this XX is female and XY is male. It is seen in human Drosophila cocainea. Next we look at XY, in which XY is female and XX is male. It is also known as ZW and ZZ type. It is seen in bird, fishes, reptiles. Next we have XX is female here and XO is male here. It is seen in grasshopper, cockroach, ascaris. Next we have a genic valence theory. This is given by C.V. Bridges. It is given on the basis of Drosophila. In this, sex determination takes place by sex index ratio known as SIR, and it is equals to number of X chromosome upon number of sets of autosome. If SIR is 1 then it is female, and if it is 0.5 then it is male. If it is greater than 1 then the organism is super female, and if it is smaller than 0.5 then the organism is super male. If it is between 0.5 and 1 then the organism is intersex. And the third one we have environmental determination of sex, and it is seen in Vonellia, Strepidula, crocodile and turtles. Next we look at mutation. Mutation is a phenomena which result in alteration of DNA sequence and consequently result in change of genotype and phenotype of organism. म्यूटेशन एक ऐसा फिनोमेना है जिसमें जो डीएनए सीक्वेंस होता है, जो बेस पेयर होते हैं उनमें चेंज आ जाता है और इसकी वजह से जीनोटाइप चेंज हो जाता है, और जीनोटाइप चेंज होने की वजह से फिनोटाइप चेंज हो जाता है ऑर्गेनिज्म का. addition to recombination, mutation is another phenomena that lead to variation in DNA. तो जैसा कि हमने शुरुआत में डिस्कस किया था कि वेरिएशन रिकॉम्बिनेशन से भी आता है और आपका म्यूटेशन से भी आता है. रिकॉम्बिनेशन इज नोन एज कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस एंड म्यूटेशन इज नोन एज डिसकंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस. So therefore loss means deletion or gain, which is known as insertion or duplication of a segment of DNA, result in alteration in chromosome which result in abnormalities or aberration. तो अगर आपका DNA सेगमेंट का लॉस हो रहा है या गेन हो रहा है तो उसकी वजह से क्रोमोसोम में चेंज आता है और उसकी वजह से एबनॉर्मेलिटीज आती हैं या फिर आप बोल सकते हैं एब्रिएशंस आते हैं. Chromosomal aberration are commonly observed in cancer cell. This is an important point, you must remember it. Mutation also arise due to change in a single base pair of DNA. अगर DNA में एक सिंगल बेस पेयर भी चेंज हो रहा है तो उसकी वजह से भी म्यूटेशन आ सकता है और ऐसी म्यूटेशन को हम पॉइंट म्यूटेशन के नाम से जानते हैं और इसका एक बहुत फेमस एग्जांपल है, डेट इज सिकल सेल अनीमिया. डिलीशन एंड इंजर्शन ऑफ बेस पेयर ऑफ डीएनए कॉज फ्रेम शिफ्ट म्यूटेशन. अगर कहीं डिलीशन या इंजर्शन हो रहा है बेस पेयर का डीएनए में तो उसको हम फ्रेम शिफ्ट म्यूटेशन के नाम से जानते हैं. नेक्स्ट वी लुक एट सम मेंडेलियन डिसऑर्डर इन विच फर्स्ट वन इज हीमोफीलिया. You must remember this, it is a sex-linked recessive disease in which infected individual when he have a minor cut, there is no cases of hemophilic female. Okay, there should be always a hemophilic male. Female can be only be carrier for hemophilia. A minor cut lead to non-stop bleeding. Heterozygous female, as I told you earlier, is known as carrier and transmit disease to their son, and it is famously seen in royal family of England because Queen Victoria was a carrier female or a heterozygous female for hemophilia. Next we see sickle cell anemia, an autosome linked recessive. It is a autosome linked recessive trait in which mutant hemoglobin molecule undergo polymerization under low oxygen tension, causing change in shape of RBC from biconvex disc to elongated, and it is known as sickle cell structure, and it is commonly seen in African population. Next we have phenylketonuria, inborn error of metabolism inherited as autosomal recessive trait. You must remember this, whether this disease is autosomal or sex linked, recessive or dominant. In this, the affected individual lack enzyme that converts phenylalanine to tyrosine that result in mental retardation. Next we look at some chromosomal disorders. Failure of segregation of chromatid during cell division result in loss or gain of chromosome called aneuploidy, or failure of cytokinesis leads to two set of chromosome that is known as polyploidy. First one we have very common Down syndrome, and it is due to the presence of additional copy of chromosome at number 21. The affected individual due to this have short stature, small rounded head, furrowed tongue and partially open mouth. Mental development is retarded. Next we have Klinefelter syndrome, due to the presence of additional copy of X chromosome. So the organism genotype will show XXY. Such person have overall masculine development and they are sterile. Next we see Turner syndrome. This is caused due to the absence of one of the X chromosome. 45 chromosome will be there in the genotype with XO condition. Such females are sterile and ovaries are rudimentary. They also lack secondary sexual characters. So I didn't include pedigree in this quick revision because I am going to make a entire different video for pedigree topic with example. On day 17 we will discuss molecular basis of inheritance, and if you like our videos please do subscribe to our channel NEET Mantra.